Hey everybody, and welcome to FTL Faster Than Light. This is the first non-Minecraft video I will be doing on this channel, and it's gonna be a bit different. FTL is not a mod for Minecraft. It's not anything remotely related to Minecraft. It's completely different. I've decided I'm gonna branch off from doing purely Minecraft stuff to putting a bit of a variety in there. So, this is one of my favorite games of all time, to be honest. I think it even beats out Skyrim as my favorite game of all time, besides Minecraft. Minecraft still, of course, takes my top spot. It always will, I think. Unless some purely amazing game comes along that's better than Minecraft. Wow, that's gonna break the world. So this is the second attempt at something that I've done. The first attempt, I had my microphone configured incorrectly. I did a wonderful I did a wonderful Let's Play on it. And then I discovered that my voice was horribly distorted because I'd been recording from my built-in laptop mic as opposed to my headset mic. So that was a bit disappointing. But apart from that, I think this will go well. And let's get started with FTL. FTL is a fifth-person, if that's even a term, I use it. It's sort of the God view, top-down view action roguelike. Set in space, you are the commander of Federation starship. No, it's not Star Trek. Don't get started. Different Federation. You're a commander of a Federation starship on an extremely important mission. Your objective is to get from your home base to the Federation fleet. And to do this, you must traverse 8 sectors, all randomly generated. And along the way, you fight battles, you help people, you buy new equipment, and in general, you try to get yourself the best stuff you can before reaching the final sector and the final boss. I have never beaten the final boss, even on easy mode, and it's extremely hard, but also very enjoyable, and since it's all randomly generated, it has nearly endless replay value, just like Minecraft. This is the space version of Minecraft without the sandboxy part. Alright, so just, let's get started. You can see I have the continue option here. It's because I have a game that has been saved, but I'm not going to be using that because that's the one I used for my previous tutorial. I don't want to just sort of start halfway through and not explain everything. This is going to be a multi-part series because FTL takes a little while to finish while doing commentary. Without doing commentary, you can get it finished in about 15-20 minutes if you do a speed run, but while taking your time and doing commentary on it and pausing fairly frequently and doing a tutorial at the beginning, it usually takes about an hour or two. So this is going to be a 2 or 3 part series, depending on how long it takes me to get to the final boss and how well I do and how many playthroughs I do. If I die really early on, I'm going to do another one, just because I want you to see all the way to the final sector. And if you notice anything weird happening, like the screen blacking out or anything like that, or an error message popping up, it's because this version of Windows on this laptop has a nasty tendency to pop up out-of-memory errors at random periods when I'm playing FTL because it thinks that it's running out of RAM, but it isn't because FTL is only taking like 200 megabytes of RAM and my computer has 12 gigabytes of RAM, and I have 700 gigabytes left on my hard drive, so it's not exactly running out of memory, but just know that it has a nasty tendency to do that. So, I apologize if that happens, and let's get started. Yes, I am sure I want to start a new game. Confirm. As you can see, this is a fairly retro-style game, but not a really pixely, sort of really arcadey retro style. It's more of the sort of pixel-shaded version that everybody sort of liked, and it wasn't too completely arcadey to throw people off. So it's got this nice big pixely font, and it's just got this really nice aesthetic to it. And this is obviously a labor of love, just because there's so much great music and so much good writing, and it's really sometimes really funny, and there's a lot of references, but it's not entirely a comedy fest. So it's serious enough to feel like a nice meaty arcade roguelike. And since it's so randomly generated, it's different every time. You end up feeling attached to your crew and your ship, and dying is almost the best part of the game. So, this is the hangar bay. You can choose your ship. I have unlocked 4 of 9 ships. So far, oh. Yeah, there's my headphones starting to run out of power. So let's get this series done before my headphones run out of power, shall we? Because if I plug in my headphones, it adds this nasty whining sound. We have the NG cruiser. We have this is the Kestrel. This is a Federation cruiser. This one comes with an Artemis missile and a burst laser. I'll explain those later. It comes with 3 human crew members, which have nothing special. It is an NG cruiser, which comes with NG crew members. They have double repair speed and half combat damage. It comes with an ion weapon, which EMP stuff. It comes with a drone as its main offense. Drones are basically automated robots that automatically attack the enemy ship. The Rock Cruiser is purely equipped with missile launchers. Missile launchers go straight through shields. They completely ignore them, but they cost missile ammunition. Lasers do not go through shields, but they don't cost missile ammunition. Lasers take down shields, and beam lasers, or beam weapons in general, they don't go through shields at all, but they deal massive amounts of damage. So, that's another thing to remember. This one comes with Rock crew members. Rock crew members are immune to fire, they have halved movement speed, and they have 150 health. So, as up for 100, just a regular 100 health. And there's also the Stealth Cruiser, which comes with humans. It has a mini beam, which is a beam weapon, and dual lasers, and it comes pre-equipped with a cloaking device, but no shields. So, all of you probably know what cloaking devices do. I'm going to do this on easy mode, because I want to get to the end of it, and I'm going to play using the Kestrel. Let's get started. Okay, so here is the ship interface. If you hit pause, it completely pauses the game, but it doesn't throw up a menu or anything. The pause menu is this. The paused means that you can still issue orders to your crew. You can open and close doors, target weapons, etc. But nothing will be carried out until you unpause. So it's a great way to sort of calm down and think stuff through. It's kind of a strategy game, kind of an action game. It's a weird fusion, but it works well. So here's your interface. This is your ship. This bubble around it is the shields. You've got your different systems. You have shields, which power your shield subsystems. You have your engines, which increases your evade chance. Your evade chance is a percentage that tells you how likely it is for you to evade incoming fire. You have your oxygen, which replenishes the ship's internal oxygen reserves. If oxygen runs out, all of your crewmen will start to die from asphyxiation, so you don't want that to happen. Oxygen can be lost by opening the airlock doors or by having a hull breach in a section. The oxygen will be vented in that section alone until you open a door, which will vent the section adjacent to it. That'll also put out fires. If you have a fire in that section, the depletion of oxygen in that section will put out the fire. The medbay heals crew members. That's pretty much its only purpose. And the weapons power the weapon systems. The more weapon power you have, the more weapons you can sustain. The little person silhouettes above these systems indicate if they're manned or not. Manning a system gives it buffs. Manning the weapons decreases their charge time. Manning the shields decreases the time it required to bring the shields back online after they've been taken down. Manning the engines increases your evade chance. Manning the helm is required to make an FTL jump. Here's your hull integrity. You have 30 hull integrity. If it drops to 0, game over. If all of your crewmen are killed, game over. Here's your scrap counter. Scrap is your universal currency that you use to buy stuff from shops and so on. You get scrap by destroying enemy ships, completing objectives, and selling stuff at shops. Here's your fuel. 1 fuel is consumed every time you make an FTL jump. Here's your missiles. Missile weapons consume 1 missile every time they are fired. Here are drone parts. Drone parts are consumed when you use drones, but we don't have any drones. I'll explain this later if we get the drone subsystem. Your crew is displayed over here with their health and their different skills. When a crewman is put in a system area, the more you use that system, the better the crewman will become at the system. So more times, if you have a guy in the weapon systems, then the more times you fire the weapons, the better he'll become at the weapon systems. And the better he is at the weapon systems, the more buff you'll get on the weapon systems, so the lower the charge time will become. So definitely great there. You have your subsystems over here. You have your reactor power over here. You can power and depower systems. And this is your excess power. You can upgrade your reactor through this tab. This is the upgrade tab. Each reactor power bar costs 20 scrap. and gives you 1 extra power to allocate to any system that you want. Upgrading a system increases its maximum power allocation, so upgrading the weapons allows you to power more weapons. And then, once you've upgraded the maximum power allocation, you need to allocate power from the reactor, and so you need a reactor upgrade. Subsystems do not consume power from the reactor, so you don't need to allocate power to them, but upgrading these, you have piloting, which allows the ship to make FTL jumps and dodge. Upgrading this adds an autopilot. Sensors reveals the interior of your ship. Normally, you can only see the sort of exterior of the enemy ship, and you can see the status of their systems. Upgrading allows you to see the people moving around inside the enemy ship, and upgrading to the 3rd tier allows you to see the enemy's power use. Door systems are what control your doors. Upgrading will add blast doors, which are resistant to intruders and fire. Enemy ships can beam boarding parties onto your ship, and they will attempt to sabotage your systems and kill your crew. Medbay, you can upgrade that to increase healing rate, upgrade oxygen to increase oxygen refill rate, upgrade engines to increase dodge chance, upgrade shields to increase the amount of shield counters you have. Here's your crew. These show your crew stats and their skills. You can have up to 8 crew. Here's your equipment. You can have up to 4 extra pieces of equipment, 4 weapons. That's just on the ship. Some other ships may have more or less weapons. Augmentations, which give you passive buffs, and drones, which are currently not installed. This is the open and close all doors button. That's just for, if I hit this, it opens all doors. If I hit this, it closes all doors. This excludes airlocks, so you don't accidentally vent the entirety of your ship into space. I'm going to move this guy into shields and this guy into weapons, because that's what I always do. Try to keep them in their respective rooms. They'll level up faster that way. And let's jump. Here's the beacon map. This is Sector 1. There are 8 sectors you can traverse. There are 20 or so sectors in total, but you can only ever traverse 8 of them because you can't go back. You can only go forward. This is inside of Sector 1. Once you get to this exit beacon, you can get a sector map, or you can jump to the next sector. Each sector is completely randomly generated, with each of these beacons having something different at it. There will also be stores where you can purchase repairs and new parts and sell stuff you don't need. All bartering with scrap. There are distress beacons, which have distress calls, which either have enemies that will ambush you or people who need help. And there are hazards such as asteroid fields, red supergiants are about to go nova when you warp in, and the nebulas, which obscure your sensors. So here's nebula over here. I have the option to jump here, here, or here, or here. And when I mouse over a beacon, it shows the connections to the adjacent beacons. If you're panicking in your install of FTL, this isn't working, don't worry, it's an option. Turned off by default, you can just turn it on in the options menu. Excuse me. If my headphones run out of power while doing this, I will pause the recording, and I will plug in my headphones for a while, and then I will resume. So if you notice a little bit of a jump, don't worry, I won't do anything while I'm gone. And let's get started, shall we? So I will jump here. Took 1 fuel, and I'm out. Warp back in, and it automatically pauses. Nothing here. Every time you go into a new beacon, it'll throw up a dialog box that shows you what's happening there. And then you sometimes get choices. So I'm going to jump here, 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 I think. And now I know what you're saying. That isn't the most efficient path to the exit beacon. No, you don't want to take the most efficient path to the exit beacon unless you're really low on hull integrity. The objective of this game is not to get to the exit as fast as possible. It's to get to the exit without getting caught by the rebel fleet, which will slowly pursue you, though there's this big ominous red wave here. And with as much supplies as possible. So every beacon offers the opportunity for more supplies. Of course, every beacon also offers the opportunity to kill you, but that's the risk you take. So you can either be, pretty much you can play FTL one of 2 ways. You can play it the risky way, where you try and get as many beacons as possible before getting to the exit, or you can play it the fast way, where you can get just the shortest path possible to the exit, and that's the best policy if you're really low on hull integrity or missiles or something like that. I am not low on either because I haven't been in a fight yet, so I'm going to jump here. So, before I go into this battle, you might notice that the music here is absolutely beautiful. I actually downloaded the soundtrack for this game before I bought the game, so that's just an indication of how beautiful the music here is. Later on, when I'm not in a first battle, where I'm not showing you stuff, I'll just let you listen to music for a little bit, and you can just listen to it, and it's completely awesome. It's a bit of a retro style chiptune, but it's not very extremely retro, just like the game. It fits the game perfectly. There's 2 versions of every track, one for combat, one for out of combat. It's amazing. Go download this on iTunes. It's available for, I think, the album is available for, I think, $3.99. It's absolutely insane. And the game isn't that expensive either. It's available for, I think, $14.99 on Steam. And they had a sale a little while ago where they gave 60% off. But I bought mine like 3 days before that, which sucked, but hey, whatever. What you gonna do? So this guy wants to kill me. And this is the rebel ship. So he's basically telling me that he's going to screw me over, and he's locking weapons on my ship. If I continue, he has a drone out. Drones, like I said, are automated systems that will attack your ship continuously. He also has a missile launcher. Missile launchers fire projectiles that penetrate shields and do damage, but they take ammunition. So his ship, I can see all his subsystems, but I can't see his... Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. My headphones battery ran out, so you may have noticed a bit of a jump cut there. And so let's continue. So when we left off, basically, yeah, this is happening. And I think I was going into, yes, sensors. So sensors, basically I haven't got them upgraded all the way, so I can't see the enemy crew, but I can see the enemy systems. So they have a combat drone out and a missile launcher, so that's actually not too bad. But the drone should, yeah, the drone can fire just faster than my shields can recharge. So I need to take out their drone systems quick. I'm going to target my burst laser onto their weapons and my Artemis missile onto their drone control. Now you notice there's little bars next to them. These are the targeting levels. Once they're fully up, they'll turn green and then fire. So when they do that, they just fired a missile, that impacted on my shields and put in a hull breach. When hull breaches occur, that room starts losing oxygen until it's completely deleted. Crew members can fix hull breaches. My shields are now down, but their drones are offline. So, and so are their weapons, so they can't attack me. I want their drones offline, please. Kept offline. Actually, no, their weapons. There we go. Okay, so I repaired the hull breach in that room, and now my crew member is repairing the oxygen, or the shield supply. Basically, crew members will put out fires at the cost of health. They will repair hull breaches. They will fight enemies, of course, again, at the cost of health. And they will repair systems in their respective rooms. You can move them around to different rooms and move saving at different rooms. As you can see, my Artemis missile, I'm having trouble pronouncing things today, I don't know why. It has turned green, and that means that it is fully charged, and so that means I can fire it, but I'm not going to fire it. I'm going to fire on that, and that little bar is going up, which means it's being fixed, and shields are back online, just as his drone comes back online, which is a good thing. So I'm targeting there, and he's dead. So he died. I got 1 missile, 1 drone part, and 24 scrap. And his drone's dead now, too, because his drone system is no longer existent. So you see there's a store here. You can buy new stuff and repair yourself in stores. So I'm going to go here first, though. Because I am doing fairly well. Okay, there's nothing here. Fine, I'm going to the store. So I can fix all. That fixes all my hull damage. I can buy extra fuel, missiles, and drone parts. I can also buy a cloaking device, which is very expensive, a crew teleporter, which allows you to teleport crew onto enemy vessels to kill their crew members and damage their systems, and drone control, which allows me to power drones. I don't have enough money for any of these. I can also buy a system repair drone and an anti-ship drone. I'm going to buy 4 fuel and 2 missiles. I don't have anything to sell. I would also like to send this crew member to fix this door control, because door control is useful. Without door control, you can't open and close your doors remotely. Your crew members can still go through doors, but they can't open and close them remotely. So, there we go, repaired. Oh. Alright. Ready to go on. Or is that Tuco? Never heard of a pirate with that name? No, I'm not going to prepare to die. Okay, so you can see his weapons extended from the side of his ship. You can usually see what weapons the enemy has. I happen to know that it's an Artemis missile, because the exact same thing is this one, which is the Artemis missile. And he also has a, he has a heavy laser. Heavy lasers fire less bullets than burst lasers do, but the bullets do 2 damage each, as opposed to 1 damage each. And the burst lasers typically take a little bit more power. So it's a trade-off. And he appears to have a heavy laser Mark 1. So that shouldn't be too deadly, because that can only penetrate 1 shield, and I've got a shield. So not gonna worry about that. Targeting his weapon systems, good to go. Ow. You can see his hull integrity up here and his shield strength up here. If you get the level 3 sensor upgrade, you can see his power levels down here as well. Helm back online. Okay, now he's trying to get away. He's powering up his FTL, so you want to kill off his FTL as fast as possible. Or, you know, just kill him. So I got some more stuff. I'm sorry, my nose is running a little bit right now. One thing I want to note before I go on further is that, by the time this gets up, FTL Advanced Edition will probably already be out, and if it isn't already out by the time this goes up, it'll be out on April 4th. And FTL Advanced Edition, I'm definitely going to play. It's a free update to anybody who's already got FTL Faster Than Light. It'll also be released as a standalone app for iPad. And it is going to add several systems. It'll add new sectors, new writing, new random events, new music, and new weapons. So definitely, if you haven't already got FTL, go get it, because I have a feeling the Advanced Edition will probably raise the price if you don't already have it. So go get FTL, and definitely just get it regardless of the Advanced Edition, because it is just a superb game. Let's continue. So this guy's powering up his FTL right off. He's not even waiting for me to attack him. He's just gonna, because he's a scout ship from the rebels. He's powering up his FTL to try to get away and warn the fleet of my position. If he manages to get away, then the big giant red ominous wave, will advance on me at about 2x rate, so I won't have enough time. Boom! Go fix that, please. That missile missed him completely, and I don't want to have him get away. So, you know what? You can, die in your engines. There we go. So enemy FTL delayed. Okay, that guy's finished fixing the hull breach. I didn't really need to fix the hull breach in that room, because that's just a corridor. It's not really necessary for anything. But that's the default route your crew members take when they get to the engine room, and so I really just don't want any hull breaches anywhere if I can help it. So I'm going to target my burst laser on his weapons, just to make sure they stay offline. He's almost dead. Yeah, I'll target his shields. There we go. Nice. Ooh. Somebody was salvaging a ship and I interrupted them. I got a hull smasher laser. There's a good demonstration of different types of weapons. This one is just like the burst laser, but it fires 2 lasers instead of 1. I'm sorry, 2 lasers instead of 3, and they also do 1 damage, just like the burst laser, so you're thinking it's probably inferior, right? Just the same amount of power. No. It's actually just just about equal, because this one fires 3 lasers at 1 damage each. This one fires 2 lasers at 1 damage each, but they do 2x damage in systemless rooms. So any room that does not have a system or subsystem in it will have 2 damage done to it, as opposed to 1. So it's also got a slightly longer charge time, so that compensates for it being able to do 4 damage instead of 3 if you target it right. So hull smasher weapons do more damage to systemless rooms. Something to keep in mind. Breach weapons have a higher breach chance, fire weapons have a higher chance to set fires, and normal weapons are just normal weapons. You probably guessed that. So this guy's operating scrap for missiles. I don't want to sell any missiles because I need them for my Artemis launcher. Alright, so this is the next sector select screen. I can either go to a civilian sector or a civilian sector. A lot of choice here. This is an unusually symmetrical map. Normally there's a whole bunch of different types of sectors. I'm not seeing any nebula sectors in this map. There are 3 types. There's civilian sectors, which are usually a little less tough than hostile sectors, which are either rebel or pirate controlled, or controlled by races allied with the rebels. And then there are also nebula sectors, which are usually controlled by the slug race, and they're a lot harder to navigate, but you don't find as many enemies in them. So let's go to the top one, because I think I'm going to go here, 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 here. This one is the final boss. This is the 8th sector. There we go. Alright, so I can either go to a nebula, which I don't want to do. I actually want to go up here, 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 I think. What I like to do is I like to get to the exit beacon and clear the exit beacon, and then I like to go to all of the points around the exit beacon, because if I have time. Because that means if the rebels catch up to me, or if I get really badly damaged, I can just jump to the exit beacon and go. Processing. What type of processing? Processing via lasers, apparently. Submit to processing. I don't want to submit to processing, so you're gonna die. Alright. He doesn't have any drone systems, so I'll just take out his weapons. Ow! Oh! You're fine. That took out my missile. It depleted 1 energy from my weapon system, so it took out my laser. So I turned off the missile and switched power to the laser. Now, system's back online, so I can power my missile again. Losing power to a weapon resets its lock-on time, so if somebody hits your weapon system while you're charging a weapon, it'll reset. If that weapon's power gets lost, it'll reset that weapon's charge time. You can switch the order of these. They will get, if the system is hit, they will be depowered in order from right to left. So, I'm switching this so that the Artemis missile loses power before the burst laser does, because I use the burst laser more. So, let's unpause it. Wait for that to charge. And he launches the missile. Yeah, nice. You hit me in the systemless room. Very nice. And again, what kind of missile launcher are you using that's that pathetic? It's doing 1 damage. Even the Artemis does 2, and the Artemis is the lowest tier. He's dead anyway. Yay. Small laboratory fire got out of control, is threatening to destroy the station. The fire suppression system is not responding. If you have an NG crew member, no, a ROC crew member on board your ship, you get a blue option here, option number 4, which is send your ROC crew member in to suppress the fire, because ROC are immune to fire. But I don't have a ROC crew member, so I don't get that. So I can either send my crew into shuttle to help put out the fire, dock and try to rescue survivors, or leave. So I'm going to dock. I'm able to rescue a few survivors, but many more are lost. One of the survivors offers to join your crew, and you offload the rest of the nearby station. Yay! Of course, ironically, I got a ROC from that. If they had a ROC crew, why didn't they use him to put out the fire? I am calling this into question now. So, ROC are completely immune to fire, they have 150 health, they move extremely slowly, and they fix things by banging on them, which I think is wonderful. So, I've assigned him to the engine room, means that I get more evade. My evade is now 15% instead of 10. So I can jump to the next beacon. I should probably start spending scrap on upgrades, shouldn't I? Yes, okay, so this guy's powering up his FTL too. That means he gets a missile in the FTL, and I'm gonna shoot his weapons with my burst laser. Ow. Shields. Shields. I know shields are critical. He's fixing it. And shields online. Power systems that have lost power or have been damaged, they tend to try to repower themselves to the last powered state. So that's an interesting thing to keep in mind. I'm sorry, no FTL for you. I think I'm gonna upgrade my shields next. Yay, more stuff. Alright, so I can go in here, take a whole bunch of scrap, and I increased my reactor power by 2 and my shields max power by 2, and now I have 2 shield bars, so I can take 2 hits to my shields before my shields go down. Pirate ship. And devoid of life. Nice. Bit ominous, but yeah, you know, whatever. Oh, store. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Okay, so another store, I'll repair. And there's crew members available. I get a rockman, a mantis, or a human. My advice, unless you really need crew members, don't get humans. Get other people because they are a lot better than humans. Yeah, I'm really have a sense of self-worth, don't I? The Manti are really good at combat, but they have half repair speed. And they have 1.2x move speed. So, I think, unless there's something else that I don't want the hull laser. Not really. Well, unless I really need scrap, I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna throw it. It's worth actually quite a lot. It's worth 32. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna jump around to a couple of these adjacent beacons and see if I can get some more scrap. I'm definitely gonna need to pick up some fuel. I've only got 9. Sorry. Got a bit of a cough today. So basically there was an asteroid field there, and I, didn't save the ship that was trapped in the asteroid field, which is too bad. I apologize, by the way, for sometimes skipping through the dialogues too fast. I'm just used to it because I know all the stuff. I can just glance at and say, oh, that's what happened. So, I will try to force myself not to skip through the dialogues. Oh, speaking of asteroid fields. Luckily, they only have 1 shield, and I have 2, so that means my shields will not drop if asteroids hit them. However, they do have a burst laser Mark II, which worries me. They also have a beam weapon. If they manage to get my shields down, then hit me with a beam weapon. So my shield's just gone down, but luckily I think they regenerate slightly faster. Yes, they regenerate slightly faster than the asteroids can take them down. Just to be cruel, I'm gonna take down their shields and let them get bombarded by asteroids. Yeah, I'll take it just because it's an asteroid field. I usually accept surrender, unless the person's done something really, really, really evil to me. Like, some of the slug ships power down your oxygen supplies, and then attack you with fire weapons, which is really, really bad. I'm gonna go here. No. What do you know? Another one who wanted to kill me. Everybody in this universe seems to want to kill you except for shopkeepers. But isn't that how it is with most games? What are you gonna do? I have 2 shields. Yeah, definitely try to upgrade your shields early on, unless you really need that power for weapons or something like that. So, there we go. That's a bomb launcher. Bombs are self-teleporting explosives that teleport onto your ship and then explode. They usually don't do any damage to your hull if they teleport into an empty room, but they will damage systems. And they will also deal damage to crew members. Oh, they're trying to get away using their FTL. Have a missile. I did it. I'm gonna go to this other store, then there, then there. I have 139 scraps, that's not bad. FTL recharge, oh, long range scanners. I'm gonna get that. Now, I could get a burst laser, I could get another burst laser, or I could get a pike beam. Pike beams are really long range pike beam, or pike beams are really long range pike beams, yep. Nice job, brain. Pike beams are really long beams, they have a really long targeting arc. But they take quite a bit of power, and they don't have any shield penetration. I think I'd like to get a burst laser. I'll get a burst laser, and I'll trash this whole laser. Yeah, there we go. I'll put that there, just to make it even. Yeah. Okay, so I need a reactor power and a weapon power. That's 35 and that's 25. I can't afford that. Well, dang. I think I'm going to be cutting it very, very close with this fleet. Getting some fuel because I'm going to need it. There we go, I'm back up to 16. Yeah, I'm going to be cutting extremely close with this fleet. If you're in this area, it's okay. But if you're in this area, it's really bad for you. Because the double exclamation point beacons are ones that have already been taken over by the rebels, and not good. Okay, I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna go here. They're identical anyway, but okay. This is an empty sector. It has no special things in it. I like empty sectors. I'm gonna here. No. Here. There we go. Long-range scanners allow you to see information about the nearby beacon, so I knew this one had a ship at it, and I knew that this is fairly early on, so it wouldn't be much of a threat. He has a defense drone, and defense drones, that's a Mark 1, so it'll only ever shoot down missiles. It won't shoot down my lasers. The Mark 2 can shoot down lasers, which is really annoying, but luckily he only has a Mark 1, and he only has a heavy laser Mark 1, and so I can't get through my shields. Yeah, good luck. You missed with it anyway. Now you don't have any weapons. The advantage to only having 1 or 2 weapons, it doesn't take very long to repair your system. The more power bars you have, the longer it takes to repair your system. Because your crew member repairs 1 power bar at a time. So if you have 8 power bars, it's going to take your crew member an insanely long amount of time to repair the system. However, he doesn't repair it all at once, he only repairs it sequentially, so you'll have your first weapons come online first, and then your second weapons, and your third, and so on. So, having a lot of low-power weapons is a bit better than having 1 or 2 really high-powered weapons, because it won't take as long for them to come back online after your system's been damaged. But having high-powered weapons usually deals a lot more damage, so it gives you a bit of an advantage in a combat situation. So, there's a lot of variety with this game. It's got a surprising amount of depth to it, honestly. I seriously recommend you pick up this game. It's not very expensive, and it's really, really good. So, my recommendations for picking up games is, at the very least, pick up FTL and not Skyrim. Pick up Skyrim if you like RPG sort of style things, but yeah, pick up FTL and Minecraft. Definitely. Both of those I would put a high recommendation for. And more damage for you. He's got a high evade value, I think, because he's evading a lot of my shots. Not that it really matters, I can shoot as long as I want at him, but... You know, what's funny is, I discovered something the other day. If you and the enemy fire weapons at the same time, there's a very small chance that the shots from the weapons will actually collide and annihilate each other. So that's actually pretty cool. I've seen a missile and a laser annihilate each other. I was firing a laser and there's an incoming missile. The missile just blew up in midair. I suppose it is midair, mid-space. And you're gonna target that again. Yeah. He's giving me fuel and missiles. Okay, so this beacon has a supermassive sun at it. I was gonna go there, but I have long-range scanners, so I can see I do not want to go there. So, definitely a good idea. I'm gonna try to dislodge the pirate ship. Yay! So I broke apart the rocket and the pirate ship got free and they gave me a hull missile. I can sell that. Or I can swap it for my Artemis, I don't know. 1 missile, 2 damage, 2x damage in systemless rooms. Versus the Artemis, 1 missile, 2 damage. And that takes 2 power as opposed to 1. That's actually not bad. I might swap that for my Artemis missile. Depends on how much it's worth. And how much power I have to spare. If you try to download the ship's data stores, it either reactivates its AI, or it gives you data about the entire sector. I have the short-range scanners, or the long-range scanners, so I don't really need this. So I'll just scrap it. Just scrap it. Scrap it. Wow. My brain's really not working well today, is it? Nice. Oh, I could get an NG. How much is hull missile worth? Tell you what, I'll upgrade my systems first. I'm gonna upgrade weapons twice, and I can't upgrade that. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to sell one of these. Equipment. Oh, I want store, not ship. Sell. I'll sell the hull missile. Yeah. Bye. Burst laser and Artemis. So now I have all 3 of my weapons up. Excellent. And with that, I'm going to jump here and then jump here, and that'll be the end of this video because I think I've already been recording for far too long. So that will have been the first part of FTL, Faster Than Light. Okay, so a bit of a joke there. Haha. He wants to kill me, like usual. So how about you have both burst lasers on your weapons to see how you like it? I think that's a dual laser. Yeah, it's a dual laser. Wow, that does a lot of damage. Jeez. Okay, so I like the dual burst lasers. That's nice. Die, 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 die. Oh, you're never powering up your FTL. He tried to power up his FTL and then he surrendered. 4 missiles. 2 drone parts and 19 scrap. Yeah, I'll take it. I probably would have got more scrap if I had actually destroyed their ship, but I wouldn't have got the missiles and drone parts, so that's fine. Okay, I can buy fuel. I'll buy fuel. 6 fuel. There we go. And that is the end of the first video for FTL Faster Than Light. Come back next time for the second video. I will be most likely uploading a couple of Minecraft tutorials between this video and the next one. I will probably be uploading the updated Thermalcraft 4 research tutorial for Thermalcraft 4 4.1, or Thermalcraft 4 4.1, wow. Thermalcraft 4.1, and maybe another Let's Play, because people seem to really like those. So, yeah, that's about it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.